Hello everyone.
What are we going to do today?
You're going to follow my instructions.
Really?
And you have to listen closely. I want you to follow my instructions and tell me what has happened in the passive.
Okay.
First, open this box.
The box is opened.
Next, take out the camera.
The camera is taken out.
Turn the camera on.
The camera is turned on.
Point the camera at me.
The camera is pointed at Michelle.
Take my picture.
Michelle's picture is taken.
Now we'll replay what Brenton did. And I want you to tell me what happened in the passive voice. Here's what I mean. The box is opened. You try. The camera is taken out. The camera is turned on.
The camera at Michelle. The camera is pointed at Michelle. Michelle's picture is taken.
Now listen to Anne again.
While I'm doing that, you can chop the leeks.
You could say, while that's being done, the leeks can be chopped.
Yes, if you're writing a recipe. We use the passive when we are not sure exactly who or what is doing something.
What's a recipe?
A recipe is cooking instructions. I have a recipe here for iced coffee. I'll read it and you can follow it.
Follow it.
When we do what instructions say, we say that we follow the instructions. I want you to follow my instructions and tell the audience what you are doing using the active voice. Now you need a shaker, a kettle of hot water, ice cream, cold milk, instant coffee, sugar. Okay, let's start. First, 1 teaspoon of coffee is put in the shaker.
I put a teaspoon of coffee in the shaker.
1 teaspoon of sugar is then added.
I add a teaspoon of sugar.
Next, enough hot water to dissolve the sugar and coffee is added.
I add enough hot water to dissolve the sugar and coffee.
A scoop of ice cream is then added.
You say it this time. I add a scoop of ice cream.
The lid is put on and the contents shaken.
Try again. I put the lid on and shake the contents.
Then the lid is taken off and the shaker is filled with milk.
I take the lid off and fill the shaker with milk.
finally, the lid is put back on and the contents shaken vigorously.
Finally, I put the lid back on and... Finally, I put the lid back on and shake the contents. Is that all?
Yes, except for drinking it. And that's all we have time for today. Next time, we'll look at the words we use to describe food and see if Anne's recipe for Singapore noodles is a success. Until then, have another look at today's episode. Bye.
Bye.
What are we having?
Singapore noodles with prawns. It's a very famous dish. You can buy it at street stalls everywhere. I hope you like it.
I'm sure we will. So, what do we do first?
First we have to peel the prawns.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Now what?
Now we'll fry the prawns. The oil must be very hot. It doesn't take very long. While I'm doing that, you can chop the leeks. Chop them very fine.
Like this?
Yes, sort of.
Now what?
Next we add the spices and some ginger and the leeks.
Okay, and now?
Now the leeks are soft, we put in some bean sprouts. And then the prawns and the noodles.
All in together. Is that all?
Almost. Lastly, we add some of this special sauce. Didn't think I'd be able to find this here. Your market's very good. That's it. We're almost ready. I hope your family's